2,863 days. The amount of time the Zapatron has been out of Fortnite. It's kind of crazy to look back because this has been almost a decade since we've seen the Zapatron in the game. It only released for a day back in September 26th of 2017. And there's such few recorded footage of the Zapatron actually being used in Battle Royale. And for the Zapatron only being out for a day, especially with Battle Royale being so new on its release, so many Fortnite fans have been speculating its return, and why hasn't it returned yet? Well, I'm glad to say from all of the leaks that we have been seeing that I believe the Zapatron will be back, but only for a short period of time. Here's why. Yo, what's going on, guys? If you're new here, my name is Tricky. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, in the Fortnite item shop, and also make sure to join the Discord down below, where we're going to be doing some crazy V-Buck giveaways for the launch of OG Season 2 and giving y'all some free battle passes. Now, if you haven't been looking on Twitter, there have been some new news recently. Breaking news, there are some new item files, codename Zapatron. Files have been updated and can be back anytime possible, soon or later, and it was only updated just a few days ago. So will the Zapatron return to Fortnite OG, or was it just a bug? Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Zapatron is one of the most highly anticipated weapons just because it was so hard to find, because it was only out for a day and you could only find it through supply drops. And what else is crazy is that we haven't even seen any leaks at all on the Zapatron, except for back in 2020, where they did change a little bit of the file names and added a little bit of concepts into the game. But this was only for Save the World, because if you don't know, the Zapatron is actually in Save the World. But there are so many speculations on Twitter and from Discord communities as well, speaking on the Zapatron. And for the Zapatron only being out for 30 minutes, could Fortnite add it just for 30 minutes like they did back in the day? Or do you think that they will make a dedicated day for the Zapatron, because they're not going to release it in Season 2 because the Zapatron wasn't a Season 2 gun? But could they add it on the final day of Fortnite OG Season 1, or maybe for the last few days of Fortnite OG Season 1? I also wanted to get other opinions as well, such as from Cypher PK, one of the biggest Fortnite creators at the moment, and this is what he had to say about the Zapatron.
Yo, Tricky with the $10. Hey, Cypher, I have a question. Do you think the Zapatron will only be in the game for 30 minutes like back in 2017? No, they would not. That would cause so much uproar if they put the Zapatron in for only 30 minutes. that would be being way too OG. They're probably just gonna put it in either today or tomorrow for just 1 day or 2 days. I thought it was gonna get hot fixed today. That's what the leakers thought as well. Maybe they really are just saving it for the very, very final day of OG.
Honestly, I agree with him as well. I mean, it doesn't make sense that they would add it for only 30 minutes. I feel like the community would be absolutely outraged. Personally, I would think it would be cool if they added it for 30 minutes and then took it out, but it does make sense that it would be annoying. But maybe for the last day or the last 2 days even, it would make so much sense for Epic to add it back, just because it does give that retro feeling, because it was in the game for a short period of time. And still, a day or two is a very short period of time having an item in the game, especially for it being that rare to get in a supply crate. And keep in mind, OG Season 2, I mean, it's right around the corner. Again, if you want to win some V-Bucks, make sure to join the Discord and to join the stream that we're going to be having all night for the launch of OG Season 2. I am so hyped, and I know y'all are as well, because OG Season 1 feels very odd right now. It's in a very weird state. Honestly, Fortnite as a whole does feel very odd right now. Another thing as well is that Fortnite could release other items in later seasons of Fortnite Chapter 1 that only appeared in the game for maybe less than an hour, less than 30 minutes, like the Storm Tracker backbling. Or I guess it wasn't a backbling, it was more of a backpack, because you couldn't equip this. The only way that you could obtain this is opening a chest. Honestly, the only footage that I could really find of this back in the day was from Lachlan. It was called the Eye of the Storm Tracker, and basically what it would do is show you the next zone. It's a lot like today how we have the forecast towers, where you could go up, activate it, and see the next zone for the entire game. Maybe this just was a concept and it actually wasn't meant to be an item. It was meant to be something to obtain from a quest in game, which is what we see today. But I'm getting way too ahead. We got to get back to the Zapatron. So it is not confirmed yet that the Zapatron will be added, but it is ready to be unvaulted since the last update. So either it's scrapped or they'll bring it back later before season 2. And by later, I mean a few days. It is only 3 days until we see the release of season 2. It wouldn't really make sense for them to add the Zapatron in the season 2 update because the Zapatron was only in season 1. Yes, a lot of players will argue, since it's in Save the World, that they technically could add it in season 2, but come on, Battle Royale is just a completely different game mode. It wouldn't make sense at all for them to add it to season 2. Yes, it might be cool to see the Zapatron in the season 2 update, but it just won't fit the loot pool because the loot pool is very, very different than season 1. So I've also been seeing some posts about the Zapatron's damage and also the charge time, and a lot of people actually got the damage wrong because it was recently changed as well in this update. That's how we knew that the Zapatron would be released. The damage is 50 to 150 to the body, 125 to 375 to the headshot, and 1,000 damage to builds. It takes 2 seconds for the charging time for more damage, which honestly, this is insane. I can see exactly why Epic Games wanted to take this out as soon as possible. I mean, only 30 minutes into the game, they didn't reduce any of the damage at all. Maybe they didn't even mean to release it in the Battle Royale mode, maybe wanted to just keep it a Save the World weapon, which does make sense. It is understandable that they could have accidentally put the files in Battle Royale instead of Save the World, just because the game was so new at the time, and maybe the developers were new as well, so it was kind of easier for them to mess up, which isn't a big deal. I mean, it was the launch of the game, but it is cool to see, even in the present day, almost a decade later, that Epic Games still laughs at their early mistakes and tries to have some fun with it. My speculation is that they will be releasing this very, very soon, maybe even after this video. The Zapatron could be a surprise update, which is honestly, in my opinion, what I think, because it would be cool to see the item just be immediately added and then maybe vaulted a little bit later, but I know the community wouldn't be too keen to that, and that's okay. But it would be good to have some surprises in this OG game mode, because so far everything is just planned out and laid out. We already know majority of what's going to happen, especially with the live events, which does kind of suck because it does take away from the surprise and just some of the mystery that Fortnite had back in the OG days. But overall, I'm hoping it's going to be a great month for Fortnite. If you are excited for the return of the Zapatron, make sure to leave a like on the video and also comment, how long do you want the Zapatron to stay? Would you like it to only stay for 30 minutes like in the original update? Have it for about 2 or 3 days, or have it release very, very soon before season 2 releases, and maybe have it all throughout season 2? I would love to hear your thoughts. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will be doing a live stream for the launch of OG season 2. So make sure to join the Discord or hit the notification bell on the sub button to see when I go live, so that maybe you can get some V-Buck codes for the OG pass of season 2. Guys, I love y'all. Make sure to use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, in the Fortnite item shop. And also make sure to join the Discord down below in the description, where we do giveaways almost daily. Guys, it's been your boy Tricky, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.